Good morning. Welcome back. We're at our Berkey farm today. Gonna help Dad with the project we got working on the barn, putting some siding on. We did the roof up here back in June, but we've got some siding for the west side of the barn here by the road. We're gonna get it hung today. Let's go. Well, look, our fertilizer's getting spread today. Cool. We got all kinds of stuff going on down here. So they're using an air boom, and you'll notice a hydro there. He's dipping our ditch out. Lots of stuff happening here at Berkey. We've had this pile of steel for quite some time and just haven't had a chance to get it up. So it goes here. Morning. There you can see the spreader a little better. I guess. All right, so Dad's got J channel, or I don't know what you call that. I think it's the J channel. Top and a drip edge on the bottom. He's got some of it around the windows trimmed out. So we're ready for steel here on this first one. He's gonna, I think we might have to cut them. So we were just measuring. It's 178 inches. And we're gonna see if we can't lift one up there and square it up and get it screwed in. All right, so we got our first sheet ready to go up here. We have to cut them all because they're too long. We're gonna try something a little different than we did on the roof here, but we drilled a bunch of holes everywhere that the screws go, and we drilled through all the sheets at once so that they're perfectly in line in rows. And the idea was that they match up with where our support beams are on the back of the wall, so that we'll hit those, but at least they'll be straight this way. So we're gonna try it. Only went through 3 drill bits to do it. Well, that worked pretty well for the first one. The problem is every sheet from now on has to get cut, or on the windows. Oh good, we'll get one in there. Gonna be a real pain, isn't it? Well, the window's 3 foot wide, so might have to just cut the bottom off, and then yeah, we'll see. Worry about that one when we get to it.
I said, well, you're getting a hell of a rental bill on that because it's been here since June.
All right. Sales rep Tony met me down here because I missed our kickoff meeting for the seed business stuff a couple weeks ago when I was in Canada. And we went over some programs. He took us to lunch. Thank you. And now we're back to steel. Jack's here helping, and we got around that window. Get the next full sheet put in here. Well, when we don't have to trim, they're going to go fast. Got to trim around this one a little bit, just around the window. And then we're going to have to trim the next one. All right. Halfway? Yeah, we're right at halfway across. So we got to finish trimming out those other windows, putting the J-channel around those. And we need some more cutoff wheels for our grinder that we're using to cut the sheets. So I'm going to go get those while they trim the windows out. All right, we're just getting back here. Got some cutoff wheels. They are finishing trimming out these windows, putting the stuff around it for the steel to slide behind. This is an old barn. This is a very, very old barn. It's not very square. It's not very straight. Can you see the shadow wave down there and down here? Yeah. It's not real straight, but we've done the best we can, and Dad's done a heck of a job. Like, I don't know if it'll, oh yeah. Yeah. Look at that eave up there, boy. It's hard to line my hand up with that, but things are a little crooked. It's okay. Back to hanging sheets. Should have 2 full ones here maybe before we get to that next window. I don't know. Those ones are easy because you just got to cut them for length. This is going to look really awesome. Especially since Dad got the roof painted and it's nice and green too, so looks good. it's done. Check it out. Fantastic. That looks great. I think we got some trim pieces to go on the corners. A little touch-up painting. We're debating whether we should paint the wood around the windows green for the, accent the trim. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But it looks great. We gotta get stuff closed up here, and then they're done cleaning the ditch out, so I want to go down and take a look at that real quick, and then I want to go and look at our soybeans here just to see how they look, what things are like. Yeah, check it out. It just makes you smile. You walk in here, that's awesome. Nice. Got it cleaned out really well. A lot of it was just grass, but you get sediment and stuff that kind of fills in the bottom. You can see the hump or whatever to the culvert going under the road. Yeah, that's quite a bit, but this will keep the water moving, keep everything draining a little bit better. You can see our tile outlets here. Every one of those white flags is a tile outlet. I think there's 53 of them through here or something along those lines. There are a bunch. Now the plan is to come out here and tile this field, and we're going to put a main in, cut all of those off, and have just 1 or 2 outlets into the ditch. So most of these will get cut off and not be critical to save, like this one here that appears to have gotten ripped out. But yeah, this looks really good. Water should flow, should be nice, should work good. We got some dirt, some spoils out here. Dad, once it dries out, Dad can come down with his scraper and just pick this stuff up and scatter it in the field. Or we're talking about putting a bridge back there, because this corn is not ours, but that corn stops where the trees stop, and then it's open ditch, and we have a wheat field across the ditch there, that it would be nice to have a crossing there sometimes, especially when we have wet falls and we want to run the grain cart up to here to trucks on the road, rather than trying to pull them out off of the busier road on the other side where that field comes out. Also out here you can see our clover stand. Very, very nice. Excellent cover crop, growing, putting nitrogen in the soil, building soil structure, putting roots down there, mellowing the ground out. Awesome. So we'll let that grow for another month or so here, and then it will be time to terminate it and do our fall tillage and get this ready to plant corn next year. And I know somebody's gonna say, why don't you just leave it and no till into it? That is a horrible idea. I've done it before. It does not work, at least not the way we farm, and I am not a good enough farmer to make that work. So that's not how we're gonna do it. They did spread that fertilizer here this morning. I highly doubt we would be able to find any of the pellets or the granules, but they should be out here. I get those mixed in too. Another good reason to do some tillage. You'll probably also ask about why we don't mow this and bale it. That would be an option. We don't bale, so it doesn't have any value to us. If somebody wanted to come in here and use a hay bind, mow it down, try and get it to dry out and bale it, yeah, there's some tonnage there, I suppose, but it has just about as much value to us to work it back into the ground and add that organic matter back into the soil. Especially, well, here we didn't remove the straw, but where we're baling the straw off, we're taking a lot of that organic matter, and the clover helps put some of that back. So we're probably not going to bale it off. We're just going to work it in. All right, one more stop. Check out our beans. They're shorter. These are shorter beans, but they are 2.2 maturity. They're not our super full season, so they kind of stopped growing vegetatively to fill pods out and stuff, because we are weeks, maybe days away from these kind of starting to senesce and to reach maturity where they start to turn colors and getting ready to dry down and drop leaves. So they're not done yet. We need them to keep growing. We still need some moisture, which I think we have, especially here at Berkey. For the most part, they look really good. We do have some volunteer corn out here. I do not like that. We sprayed it with clethodim, which kills volunteer corn, but we did it sort of early, and I think we missed the volunteer corn because it sprouted after that, after we started getting some rain, after we were dry. So you miss some, you win some, you lose some. We missed that one, but let's take a look and see what we see here. A few different things right off the bat. Number one, like I said, they're a little short, mostly good color, although I do see some splotchiness to the leaves. I don't have any idea what that is. Not sure. It's not frog eye. Doesn't look like most of the normal soybean diseases, leaf diseases. We sprayed fungicide on here. We shouldn't have that stuff. Let's pull a plant. Didn't get any roots that time. The ground is hard. Are those cyst nematodes? I don't think so. Anyway, we've got some pods. They look pretty good. You can see they're getting some thickness to them. We've got a little ways to go. They're not done yet. Even the top ones though have got some depth. They're not flat. So they are getting there. I don't know. They're early beans, but my early beans, these 2.2s have been really good. They've done really, really well for us the last few years. So we'll see how they do here. And we've had lots of rain, lots of moisture. So, you know, the nodes are stacked on there pretty tight. Pods are just about overlapping in the center of this plant. Those are good things. I think we'll be okay. Now, what I was saying, this looks like SDS to me. We've got one plant here. Is it this one? Yep. I don't have my knife on me today, otherwise I would split the stem. I might try and break it and see if we can make sure it's not brown stem rot, but looks like a little SDS. I did not put Saltro on these beans. Maybe I need to be using more Saltro. I don't know. But I see this one. There's one right there. There's one over there. I don't see a ton. It's not a huge amount. If it doesn't spread or it doesn't get worse or show up worse, you know, a couple plants here and there isn't the end of the world. But it could be devastating. I don't see any white mold. I don't really see any of that Phytophthora that we saw in some of the other beans. So, yeah, this is what it is. All right, I have made it back to Waldron. We are done for the day. It's 6:15. I'm gonna go out here and pick some sweet corn for dinner tonight and head for home. So thanks for watching today. Good deal getting that barn done. That's a big project that I mean, Dad's been working on all summer. We did the roof earlier, but we're getting it wrapped up. He's got a little bit more he wants to do with the corner trim, and he's got some soffit for the south side of that barn that hasn't gotten done yet that he'd like to do, but you know, we'll see. So I do need to get that man lift back up here. We've got some work to do to our grain dryer, cleaning up and polishing and rust removal where we had that little fire last fall. Make sure it is ready for fall. So we need to get it back here within the next 3 or 4 weeks so we have time to get that done, but we'll get there. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you guys tomorrow morning.